Hey, it's Movie Recapped. Today I am going to explain a film called Downed by Love. Anna Amari is a young girl serving a long sentence for a wrongdoing that has not been decisively demonstrated. Attempting to be near her family, she is moved to one more jail. As she gets comfortable, she becomes more acquainted with her fellow prisoners. Sonia has a negative disposition towards the detainee. However, Ida and Zoe request that she be gentler towards the newbie. Soon she is acquainted with Quality Firmino, the chief of the jail, who was tirelessly improving and keeping everything under control in the prison. Soon the clergyman of equity shows up and the detainees need to give the visitor a legitimate greeting. With an improvised style show, Pilar gives the young lady her last free dress and she changes it by detaching the abundance with her hands. During the show, Anna flaunts her delightful figure and draws the chief's consideration, showing an interest in the young lady. Jean concentrates on her case and starts to speak with her to help and make life in the province more agreeable. Simultaneously, Jean is a cheerful spouse and father who has a cherishing spouse, Elise, and a happy little girl, Louise, who was an artist. Later, the young lady's next presentation, the guardians meet the class educator and discover that their girl is being ridiculed since her dad and mom are in jail. The kids don't understand that they are standard government workers and are continually ridiculing little Louise. This causes the top of the family a tempest of feelings which just is mindful. What's more, mindful spouse figures out how to extinguish. Sometime later, Anna's mom comes to visit and flaunts that she has purchased a new jumper with the cash given by the young lady. This doesn't make her the least bit cheerful, as she works for €9 a day and counts each penny during the walk. Polar beginnings hitting on Anna and needs to see her boobs. The young lady knows the most effective method to defend herself and pushes the meddling detainee away. The other prisoners battle to stop the fight, which gets Polar shipped off loan control. Because of the occurrence, Anna meets with the chief and examines further way of behaving while at the same time working in the kitchen. The young lady harms her finger and her fellow prisoner controls medical aid. Detecting a fascination, Zoe attempts to kiss her, yet just alarms Anna way. Soon the main detainee's hearing is held and she is briefly moved to another jail. Attempting to intrigue, the young lady puts on a wonderful dress, yet her legal counselor requests that she be prudent and proposes she cover herself with a headscarf. Stressed over Anna's destiny, the chief goes to the conference and understands that things are not working out in a good way. Sharing what's going on with Quality, the young lady composes a letter to the man and tells him of her concerns. Somewhat later they meet and the chief recommends an bid that could essentially decrease the sentence. To help Anna, the man offers her a new position. She needs to monitor the vital products and make purchase in request to satisfy the need and the monetary method for different detainees. The young lady rapidly gets comfortable and fabricates up a full client base, causing the chief to be happy. An opportunity contact of her hands makes her vibe new feelings that keep her conscious as she examines writing in class. She thinks increasingly more about adoration, its causes, and the capricious impacts of this feeling on an individual's life. Getting it that she has fallen head over heels, Anna composes a letter of appreciation to the dean. Meeting him in the library, the young lady would rather not talk and overlooks the note. That equivalent evening, a battle breaks out in the jail which leaves one of the detainees in the clinic. The upset Polar assaults her and the detainee loses her child. Showing up at the jail, the chief tackles the issue and stays in the foundation until early daytime, having fallen snoozing with an adoration note in her arms. Attempting to figure out his sentiments, he meets the young lady and kisses her. When the man gets back, he can't really accept that what is occurring and attempts to manage his feelings. Around evening time, Quality has a sensual dream and understands that this can't go on. The following day he disregards Anna and soon tells her that it was each of the a mix-up and they need to quit seeing each other to make it more straightforward. To move past the separation, the young lady is moved to another jail. Somewhat later, at a workmanship class, Elise recommends that one of the prisoners ought to model for a posture. Anna is prepared to turn into a model and seeing that Quality is watching her gets exposed. The spouse takes note the impassive look on her better half's face when he sees the little kid's body on her. Get back, she likewise strips down. Furthermore, understands that Quality doesn't check out her as enthusiastically as he does at the beguiling detainee visiting Polar. The chief cautions the detainee that she will be in isolation and will before long be moved. The detainee coerces Quality and is ready to tell him about his closeness with Anna on the off chance that she is shipped off one more jail. Later, disengaging himself with his escort, the chief trims the young lady's hair and permits her to do likewise. At one point the couple is seized by enthusiasm, and they do it, proceeding to limit any association with his better half. Gene spends increasingly more time with his courtesan, over and over, carrying her to climax. Showing up at a meeting with the superintendents, the chief understands that his subordinates know of the tattle spreading inside the jail dividers. Simultaneously, the young lady is visited by her mom. After a talk with a spiritualist, she discovers that her girl is seeing somebody. And inquires for a termination to the friendship. Infuriated, Anna goes after her mom and their date closes rashly, dissipating the jail. Bits of hearsay. Gene visits the young lady in her cell, furthermore suits her with strokes and kisses. After the ding-dong, he films his escort on her cell phone and finds that she also has a telephone which the detainees are stowing away and offering to each other, attempting to keep in contact. Anna leaves the chief the number and inquires him to call all the more frequently. Leaving quality illuminates him that his girl is on occasion and he wants to invest energy with his family, for which he is right away insulted. Investing energy with his better half and girl, the man becomes progressively alienated from the family. Messaging with his young fancy woman. Anna overlooks the relentless director as he deals with her like a thing. Attempting to talk to the young lady, the man shows up working and requests that the secretary welcome the detainee over to his office to clean it. When alone, they contend and Anna threatens her darling with a weapon, yet they later figure out how to accommodate back with his loved ones. Gene keeps on pondering the young lady, disregarding his better half in the meantime, and afterward her fellow prisoners set up a pajama party and take a few shocking pictures to ship off her darling. The spouse hears the late night texts and understands her better half is undermining her. In the first part of the day, the couple attempt to have a love, however Anna calls her sweetheart and crown jewels the heartfelt second. Simultaneously, Anna doesn't hang tight for a response and feels undesirable, swallows pills to fall snoozing always delivered. Gene visits the young lady and consoles her at a dance club. The man drinks and unwinds, however before long gets into inconvenience and gets punched in the face. When he gets back, he understands that his better half would rather not snooze a similar bed with the double-crosser and has yet again made his bed on the couch. Attempting to meet his courtesan, quality finds that they are prohibited to date. The man responsible for supervising the jails welcomes him to a gathering, during which he uncovers the letter from Polar. The detainee has told about the chief's personal connection with one of the detainees, and preliminary procedures are presently in progress. If the infringement of the jail code is affirmed, quality will be shipped off jail. Reluctant to proceed with the discussion, the man gets back to praise the commemoration. His better half and little girl have arranged an impromptu get-together, welcoming companions and family members towards the finish of the party. Elisa illuminates him that her spouse should search for another spot to live, having lost his loved ones. Gene isn't attempting to win them back, however is getting increasingly close to the detainee. Trying to agreeably shock Anna, he slips into somebody else's jail and stages a celebratory light show. On a call, the young lady lets him know she will be delivered for a day and she might want to spend that day with her sweetheart. Cautiously arranging the end of the week, the couple lock themselves in a costly lodging and have intercourse from morning till night. Out shopping, Gene purchases a lighter and a SIM card to stay in contact with his cherished later meeting. His significant other and little girl. Quality attempts to talk, yet typical exchange bombs. Later getting Louise, he fails to remember the portable telephone. Anna calls her sweetheart to tell him the uplifting news. Yet his better half responses and requests that he let her significant other be. The young lady couldn't own up to the way that she is pregnant, not having any desire to annihilate the family. Anna is prepared to have an fetus removal. Seeing the deficiency of the versatile telephone, Gene shows up working and attempts to call the young lady. Right now, he is captured by the police, who suspect the man of abetting the detainee. He was shot by a secret observation camera at the point when he purchased the SIM card, and the police likewise actually look at the chief's calls. Moving to another jail, Anna takes note her darling being looked and understands the amount of harm their relationship possesses. Done during the cross-examination, quality does not concede his responsibility and accepts he has done nothing criminal. The analyst goes alongside him and proposes accusing it all on the young lady controlling the jail chief. He would rather not do this to Anna and converses with a legal counselor who cautions him that he could disappear for a very long time for supporting and abetting. Attempting to talk to his special lady, the man goes to visit her in jail, yet Anna is met by an obscure person who drives Gene away. Losing all that, he goes to his girl's school and watches her dance at something very similar time. The detainee goes to the emergency clinic, furthermore takes early termination pills. A year after the fact, there is a trial. Gene's legal Counselor reminds him how he ought to act and what he needs to deal with during the preliminary. The jail chief pays attention to no one and notification the beguiling, and as he look into his mistress' eyes he smiles and sees a return smile, realizing that all may still